When God is preparing to give you something big, the signs begin to manifest in the most subtle ways. At first, they may seem like mere coincidences, but with a keen heart, you begin to notice that they are more than just fleeting moments. They are whispers from something far greater. It's in these signs that you must learn to trust, for when the universe aligns with your path, it often speaks to you in riddles that only those with an open soul can understand. You may first notice that your dreams, the very ones you once believed to be far out of reach, begin to stir inside you again. They begin to rise from the depths of your heart, as if a long-forgotten seed planted in your soul starts to sprout and grow, stretching toward the sun. It is as if the very breath of life itself is awakening something dormant within you, nudging you forward in ways you never thought possible. At times, you may find that doors you once tried to open with all your might are now swinging wide open with ease. What once felt like an endless struggle now turns into a dance of opportunity. You will encounter moments when obstacles that seemed insurmountable suddenly fade away, as if by divine intervention. You will encounter the extraordinary in the mundane, seeing the hand of destiny in every ordinary step. It is as if the heavens are clearing the way for you, making sure the path is not just passable but paved for something far greater than you ever imagined. But don't mistake the quiet for weakness or the silence for stagnation. For when God is about to give you something big, you will also find moments of stillness that will test your patience and faith. These quiet intervals are not to be feared. Rather, they are where your character is shaped and strengthened. These moments are where you are taught to listen, to reflect, and to prepare. In the stillness, you are being refined, pruned, and prepared to carry the weight of what is coming. And when you least expect it, the signs will often come in the form of rejection. Not all rejection is a no. Sometimes it's simply a redirection, an opportunity for you to understand that what you thought you wanted was never meant to be. The things that no longer serve you, the relationships, the habits, and the comforts that once held you back will start to slip away. It may feel painful in the moment, but the rejection you feel is not the end. It is the beginning of your true journey. You will soon realize that it was never meant to keep you from what is yours. It was meant to push you towards something greater. The very things that seem to break you are the tools that will eventually shape you. It's in these moments, when everything feels uncertain and unclear, that you must have the courage to walk forward. God will give you the strength not when you are ready, but when you choose to step into the unknown with trust. You see, the signs may not always be loud and unmistakable. They may be small, like a subtle breeze that brushes past you, gently urging you onward. But when you listen closely and trust the process, you will know when you are on the right path. The divine is never far from those who are willing to trust and listen. So as you stand on the edge of something great, remember this: you may not see the full picture, but you are part of it. And as the signs continue to unfold, know that they are preparing you for something far beyond your wildest dreams. The power, the promise, the purpose, it's all coming. Trust in the quiet, embrace the change, and have faith that, in due time, the biggest gift of all will be placed in your hands. The world around you may feel chaotic, yet in the midst of that chaos there will be a clarity that only you can see. The noise of the world will start to fade, and in the silence you will hear the quiet but persistent call of your destiny. It will not come as a grand announcement, nor will it demand your attention with force. Instead, it will come as a soft whisper in your heart, a knowing that you are being led exactly where you need to be. even if you can't yet see the whole journey. And it is here, in this sacred space between what is and what will be, that you will feel the pull of something much greater than yourself. It is the moment when you start to see the threads of your life weaving together, connecting seemingly unrelated moments, people, and events. You'll realize that all along the pieces were always meant to fit, even when it seemed as though everything was falling apart. There is a divine order to it all, one that you may not understand immediately, but you will come to trust as you step forward into the unknown. As you continue to walk this path, you will meet people, strangers perhaps, or even familiar faces, and they will carry with them the very keys to the next chapter of your story. These people will show up at the right moment, offering guidance, wisdom, and sometimes even a challenge, pushing you further toward your purpose. Sometimes their presence will be a reminder of your own strength, reflecting back to you the courage you never knew you had. Other times they will bring discomfort, forcing you to confront your fears and doubts. But these challenges will mold you into the person you need to be in order to receive what is coming. There will be times when it feels like everything you've worked for is slipping from your grasp, and the weight of the world presses down on your shoulders. It is in these moments, when you feel as though you cannot go on, that God is closest to you. It is when you are at your weakest, your most vulnerable, that you are being prepared for your greatest breakthrough. The struggle is not in vain. It is necessary for you to grow, to stretch, and to become strong enough to hold what God is about to give you. You may look around and wonder if anyone sees you, if anyone understands the depths of what you're going through, but even in the loneliness, you are never alone. It is in those moments that your character is being shaped in ways that no one can see but you. These quiet seasons of inner turmoil and questioning will one day be the foundation upon which your greatest triumphs stand. And when the time is right, when you least expect it, you will realize that all the pain, all the waiting, and all the uncertainty were simply preparation for what is coming. You will find that you've grown into the person who is worthy of what is about to be given to you. And as you stand at the threshold of this new chapter, you will no longer be afraid of the unknown. You will embrace it with open arms, knowing that you are exactly where you need to be. The signs were always there to guide you, and now you are finally ready to receive what God has been preparing you for all along. And when that moment arrives, when you step into the promise that has been set aside for you, you will look back and understand that every moment, every challenge, and every struggle was a part of the beautiful story being written for you. The signs were not just markers, they were breadcrumbs leading you home. And as you step into this new chapter, you will realize that the journey has always been about more than just the destination. It's about the person you've become along the way, the strength you've discovered in your own soul, the resilience that has carried you through the darkest of times. You will begin to see that each moment of doubt, each season of waiting, was never about delaying the promise, but rather about preparing your heart to receive it in fullness. For you cannot receive what you are not ready to hold, and each trial has been a refining fire, shaping you into the vessel strong enough to carry what is being entrusted to you. The very things that once seemed like insurmountable mountains will now feel like mere hills in comparison to the vision you've been given. You will stand in awe, not just of what you've received, but of the journey that led you here. The struggles will no longer feel like burdens. They will be badges of honor, signs of the work that has already been done in you. They will become the stories you share, the testimonies that encourage others who are walking their own path, unsure of whether they will ever make it to the other side. The world may not understand your journey, and that's okay. This is a path that was never meant for everyone to comprehend, for it's a path that was crafted for you alone. There may be moments when others question your choices, your faith, or your perseverance, but when God is about to give you something big, you will realize that it's not for anyone else to understand. It's for you to trust, to walk, and to grow into. You will learn to let go of the need for validation from the outside world, because you will know, deep in your heart, that you are walking in alignment with something far greater than yourself. And when the moment finally arrives, when the blessing you've been waiting for comes to fruition, you will not be surprised, for you will recognize it immediately, as though it was always meant to be. It will feel like a homecoming, like stepping into the place where you always belonged. You will stand there, with eyes wide open, knowing that every tear, every prayer, and every silent cry for help led you to this place. You will look back at the signs, the quiet moments, the seemingly random encounters, the doors that opened and closed, and see how perfectly they fit into the grand design. It will become clear that you were never meant to walk this journey alone. Even in your moments of isolation, God was there, guiding you, protecting you, and preparing you for what was always intended to be yours. And when you stand at the summit of your dreams, you will understand that the real gift was not the thing itself, but the transformation that took place within you. You will have become the person who could truly appreciate the gift, the one who has the wisdom, the humility, and the grace to carry it with dignity and purpose. And as you look ahead, you will realize that this is just one step in a much greater story. The signs you saw before were only the beginning, the first chapter in a tale of faith, perseverance, and divine purpose. What is coming is even greater, and though you may not yet see the whole picture, you can walk forward with confidence. The journey has only just begun, and as you move through the next chapters, you will continue to be led, continue to be shaped, and continue to grow into the person you were always meant to be. The signs were never just about preparing for what's ahead. They were about preparing you to become everything you need to be for the purpose you were born to fulfill. And so, as you stand on the precipice of what is to come, remember this: the signs you've seen, the quiet whispers, the struggles, the moments of waiting, they were never in vain. They were divine breadcrumbs, carefully placed along your path to lead you to this very moment. For God has always been with you, walking beside you, guiding you through every season, every trial, and every victory. You are not here by accident. Your journey, though sometimes confusing, was part of a plan far greater than you could ever fully comprehend. Know this: when God is preparing something big for you, He is not just giving you a blessing, He is shaping you into the person who is worthy of that blessing. Every hardship, every moment of uncertainty has been part of His greater purpose for your life. Trust in the process, trust in the quiet and in the noise. Trust that, even when you don't see it, He is at work in your life, crafting something beautiful and eternal. So, as you walk forward, walk with boldness, walk with faith, and walk with the assurance that what God has for you is far beyond anything you could imagine. He has been faithful in the past, and He will be faithful in the future. The signs were not just whispers, they were divine confirmations that you are on the right path. And as you step into the future He has prepared for you, remember that God's timing is perfect, His love is unshakable, and His promises will always come to pass. You are not just walking into your destiny, you are walking into His purpose for your life. Trust in that truth, and let it propel you forward, knowing that he who began a good work in you will carry it to completion.